All right. Now that we have looked through Session Mod Manager right here, and we have looked through UModel and through FModel, we are now going to show you what you can do with the things that you export from those programs. So we exported a body texture for the character. I'm going to edit that texture using a program called Gimp. Gimp you can get from going on Google and searching in Gimp. It will come up. Gimp.org is the one you want. Image manipulation program. The program over here. So on Gimp, you can download the newest version. I'm not going to download it, but you will need to install it. I already have it installed. So I am going to open it. And then while that's opening, I'm going to find the texture that I exported. So for me, I have the majority of the game already exported. So you will navigate to the game folder, customization, characters, AMXX, body base, textures, and here's where the texture I want to find is, which is this texture underscore AMXX underscore body underscore C. What I'm going to do is take this texture and drag it in here. So here's the texture. It was in a TGA format. GA. All I want to do, I'm just going to add some text on his chest or something. We'll do a little fake tattoo, right? Let's do a thug life, right? Because guy's super thug life. Right there, right? Alright. So we're gonna take the font and I'm gonna name it, I don't know, something. We'll do this weird thing, right? Okay, I don't think that really changed anything. But whatever. We'll make this I don't know, blackish. Right? Now he's thug life, yeah. Awesome. We'll draw some, I don't know, some gray stripes on his arm or something. Alright, so here's his arms, here's his legs, here's his stomach and chest, and his back. I'll just draw some stripes. Go. Just draw some stripes across his arm that aren't drawing. Why are they not drawing? There we go, that's why. Whatever. Stripes. Do some circles on his leg. Right? Draw some squiggles on his back or something. Some whoop-de-doos on this arm. And then, I don't know, we'll make a star right here. Yep, I can't draw. So, you know. Good thing this isn't a tutorial on how to draw, because I can't do it. Yep. Star, right? That's a star. We're going to pretend that's a star, okay? So, yeah. Anyways. Now that I'm done with this, I'm going to export as. I'm going to bring this up. I do not want to replace the one I already did. So what I'll do is I will save it to my desktop as the same name. We're going to keep the same name. But I don't want, personally, I don't use TGA files. I use PNG files. So I'm going to save it as a PNG file and export. Okay, so that is exported now. This can be done with any texture can be edited in here the same way. Obviously, you wouldn't draw them as sloppy as this, but this is just for example. I don't want to save this project, but I now have the texture somewhere on this desktop. There it is. So if I open this, there's the texture, it's saved. Now, that is how you would use the program Gimp. Now, instead, we're going to show how to use these and put them in game in a different tutorial. For now, I'm going to move on to a program called Substance Painter. There are free versions of this program that you can use that I don't personally have. I happen to have a student version of this game or program. There is Quixel Mixer, I believe, is free, that does the same work as this. But I am going to import the mesh that we exported. So we exported the character body. Navigate back to that same folder structure, but instead of textures, I'm going to scale mesh this time. Oh, that's right. I gotta do this a different way. We're gonna cut this. We're gonna grab a different one that I have. I'll have to show that in a different tutorial. So AMXX Skater, here we go. So importing this, we will have the mesh of the character. Now, over here, we have all the materials applied to this character. Right now, I have the eye occlusion selected. I don't want to mess with that. What I want to mess with is, we'll say the body, right? I want to mess with the body material. But that's not the body. That's the hair. Why is that? There we go. So this is the body. I don't know. For some reason, these are named wrong. I think that was a problem when this file was exported. But this should be, this material should look like this. So we'll pretend this says body for now. But what we can do is we can, there we go. We can navigate back to that file we exported for the texture, which would be back here again. Back to the body material. I'm going to drag this body material into here. And I'm going to make it a texture. And I'm going to add it just for this current session. So now, filter this by session. So here, I can add this as a fill layer. I need to create a fill layer. Now I have a fill layer. Down here in my properties, I have a base color property. This is a base color texture, and this is a base color property. I'm going to take this texture and put it right into the base color. Now you can see it overlays onto here, and you can see it on the character. So what can be done with this, just like the other program Gimp, we can also draw on this. What I'm going to do is draw a paint layer. I'm going to take only color. I only want color. I'm going to change it to, I don't know, red sounds good. What I can do is now select paint, and I can select the size of my brush. Right now it's kind of big. Make it a little smaller. I can draw on this guy. Right? And then let's say we want a different color. Say we want blue. I can draw on this guy any way I want. Say we want green. Draw on this guy some more, right? This is some really sweet tattoos that you guys are all jealous that I have and you don't. So, volunteer, you know, pay me for my artwork. Anyways, once this is done and set up the way you want it, you can also do projection images. I'm gonna grab a random tattoo off the internet real quick. It's easiest done with black and white. Here we go. Let's take this one. This one, actually, this other one looks way cool. I like that. All right, so let's open this in a new tab. Get the full image size. Save the image as. I'm just gonna save it to the desktop for the hell of it. All right. So now what we can do is I can take this picture and I can drag it into Substance just like the other one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an alpha on this one. And I'm also going to do current session, import, and filter this again back to session. So here, say I want this. I can drag this right onto the character. And I can mask it, but I want it backwards. It's backwards. Oh no. It's literally backwards. Well, that's interesting. That's the opposite of what I want.
Making fries and mac and cheese.
Let's invert the math. Nope, that didn't work. There we go. Except, yeah, so that's not the way we want, right? So let's not do that. Remove the mask. Let's do a new layer. And, let's add it as a base color. Right? Now you can drag this thing around, place it where you want. Now this would work better, obviously, if it was a transparent image. But over here, you can change the rotation of it, move it around, set it up the way you want. If this were a transparent image, which you can do in that Gimp program, it would only show the black on the arm right here. Now another way to do this would be to create a paint layer and go to this projection mode right here. And over here in the base color, you can add this in. Same scenario, it's still the white and black. It'd be better if it was a transparent image. But scrolling this, you can resize this and set it up where you want. And then you can change your brush here. Let's see, where is my brush at? Alpha. There we go. We want this to be, I think it's called shape. I believe the word is soft that's used in it. No, maybe not. Okay, let's look here. We can clear this filter and we can look for brushes that are in all libraries. Here we go, brushes. We have basic hard, basic soft. Let's use soft. I like that one better. But now that we have this brush and we are using this texture as our projection, we can paint it right on where we want it. The only problem with this is we can't move it once it's painted. Now the other option is we can do it over here. We scale this however we want. We can rotate it however we want. And we can move it however we want. And we can paint it on. Now that will appear on the character's leg. Now obviously, you wouldn't want to paint the white on, that's part of this texture. So if you create an alpha version, which I suppose I could show you real quick, in Gimp, take this texture, drag it into Gimp, and what we can do with this is go to colors, you can color to alpha. That, select white, that's the color we want to get rid of. We can make it full opacity, so now it is transparent. Okay. Now we just export it, and I'm just going to overwrite it because I don't need a different version of it. Now that that's overwritten, this texture is now a transparent texture. It looks red here for whatever reason. Maybe that's because it was a PNG. Why is that shaped like that? That's weird. We're going to use it as a texture this time. And it came in red, so that's a problem. So let's try this again. Because apparently we can't use a JPG image with an opacity to it. So instead, let's color to alpha. We can take this little dropper here, select this red, which did not work. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's re-download this image. Because that JPG, the red JPG version broke it. So let's try this again. Colors, color to alpha. We got white, we got rid of it. This time I'm going to save it as a PNG instead, because that will have an alpha layer. Now, got the image I saved right here is the JPG version, the new version I just grabbed. Here is the alpha version I just changed. Now, bringing this into Substance as a texture, current session. It's now right here. So if I instead go to this projection view, I can change it to this new version. And if I want to paint, say, on his back, I can paint the new alpha version onto his back. No problem. Get rid of this layer. There we go. Let's get rid of all this other stuff I painted. Oh, I painted that straight onto this layer. Not the greatest idea, but it's alright. Actually, you know what? Here, let's do this. Let's. Oh. No? Okay, let's do this. There we go. Okay, let's create a new layer. New layer. Base color. Now that looks extremely dark, right? So instead, let's change our stroke opacity to like 10. Say 10. I'm gonna actually make this bigger since all I'm painting is this spot. That's not dark enough. Let's paint a little more. Nope. Nope. Yeah, we'll say that's a tattoo. Now, what I can do is I can export textures. Now, since this is fucked up for whatever reason, we only want the head texture. Supposed to be a body, but it's a head for some reason. I don't know. But I'm actually a little confused right now, because usually it lets me select folder and export setting. Why do I not have an export setting? Okay, well, it didn't tell me where it was exporting to. Not really sure why that is. Try that again. Yeah, usually it looks like this. and you can choose your output directory, which is where you would like to save to. Again, I'm going to go to the desktop, but I'm going to create a new folder and call it Substance Export. And then this is where I'm going to export the textures. I only want the head. Export. You can click Open Output Directory right here. It'll take you there. We don't need these because we only did base color. This is the base color. And if we look at it, it has the tattoo painted on. So we're going to close out of Substance. And that is how you make textures for... That's how you edit or create textures. And using Substance Painter and Gimp. Now I'm going to delete these, to be honest. And we will show you how to use Unreal Engine in the next episode. Good one.